What is going on, world? What's up, YouTube? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new episode of The 8 Below Show. Welcome everyone to 8 Below. Thanks for being here, guys, to the best entertainment-related show here on YouTube. And I'm super excited about our episode here today. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's get into it. So the Phase 5 Top 100 results came out, guys, and we did not win. We did not make the cut, unfortunately. But I wanted to go ahead and talk about it nonetheless, because obviously, guys, for those of you who have been following me through my journey of the Phase 5 Recruitment Challenge, we uploaded 5+ videos a day, 71 videos in total, and I do believe that we got FaZe's attention by just how many times we were uploading and things of that nature, but I don't think, guys, that when you compared myself to some of the other guys and girls who made it to none other the top 100, I gotta say, there were some incredible individuals on that list for the top 100. Many of them had much larger followings than myself, and it's at the end of the day, guys, I stated this as well, that regardless of what happens, whether we win or lose the Phase 5 Recruitment Challenge, whether we, move on to the top 100 or not, we're going to continue the grind. We're going to continue doing this thing and moving forward, and that's exactly what I plan on doing. People have asked me after losing Phase 5, what's next? Well, honestly, guys, it's just moving forward. It's continuing to move forward and continuing the pursuit to trying to do this as a career, as a full-time ordeal, and doing it because it's a passion of mine and I love making YouTube videos and creating content. So that's really what it is. Congratulations to everyone who made it to the Phase 5, top 100. Absolutely incredible for all of you that made it. I'm sure that's an incredible feeling. But honestly, guys, I have no regrets as to what we did for Phase 5. I believe that we left it all out there. I really do. I feel that we kind of, we stamped our ticket, so to speak, to at least getting noticed, when it came to the Phase 5 Recruitment Challenge. And honestly, guys, when they stated that there were over 200,000 submissions, that right there got me thinking that there's a very high likelihood we're not going to move on because of our following, because of how long we've been doing this on YouTube, and just a number of different factors that came into play. And overall, most of the people that made it to the top 100 have pretty decent sized followings. I would say at least 20,000 subscribers or more on YouTube, some pretty big Twitch streamers. I mean, there's YouTubers that made it to the top 100 that have millions of subscribers. So ultimately, guys, I thought that, we would give it our all trying to make it. But realistically knew that there was a very good chance that we weren't going to make it. So what now? Obviously, we're going to continue moving forward, guys. We're going to continue creating content, of course. And look, there will be other opportunities in the future, whether it's for FaZe or if it's just, another team or whatever it might be, guys. Sure, FaZe is the standard. They're the definition of greatness. We want to be great, so that's where we want to hold ourselves to. But there's other opportunities out there, and there will be opportunities, and we're just going to continue moving forward, period. That's what it's going to be. We are going to continue moving forward on the pursuit, aggressively seeking, full-time content creation here on YouTube. I want to say this, though. Thank you so much, everyone, for all the support you guys gave me during the Phase 5 Recruitment Challenge. For those of you who have been here before, for those of you who are here now, thank you for the support. We're going to continue onwards. And I can honestly say that it was because of you all motivating me to continue pushing forward with the Phase 5 Recruitment Challenge that we did 5 videos a day, at least, and 71 videos in total for the Phase 5 Recruitment Challenge. And now we're going to continue moving forward and creating the highest quality of content that we possibly can, as well as the highest, quantity of content that we can as well, and have that, that happy medium between those two as we, practiced and did throughout the course of the Phase 5 Recruitment Challenge. But once again, guys, thanks again. Thank you so much to FaZe Clan for bringing out the recruitment challenge, because they didn't need to do that, and I'm just so glad that they brought it out so that 5 people are going to have a chance to make it to FaZe. Absolutely incredible. I hope they do it again. And, like I said, guys, on to the next one, on to the, whether it be the next challenge or just continuing the pursuit. That's what we're doing here. But thank you again, guys, for all of the support. Let's move forward. We've talked a lot on the YouTube channel about Mafia and the future of this franchise, that being a Mafia 4 or what we could potentially see from this franchise. And I want to talk more about Mafia 4, guys. This is a game that I absolutely want to, to have, a game that I want to play, a game that I want to see a continuation of as far as from the Mafia franchise as a whole. And so what I want to go ahead and do in this segment of the show is talk about everything that we know so far about Mafia 4. And we can kind of give some context. We can get, some thoughts, some opinions, and I would love to hear some of yours in the comment section down below. So let's get into it. So in an article, guys, written by Ben Bayless of DualShockers, if it does well, we may be able to channel our energy towards a new installment. Earlier this year, we learned about the Mafia trilogy that sees Mafia 3, Mafia 2 Definitive Edition, and a fully remade Mafia Definitive Edition that sees the first game entirely recreated. It seems as if developer Hangar 13 wants to make another Mafia game, but for now the studio is working on a currently unannounced project. So, first of all, obviously I think it's great that the definitive editions, coming out, but as far as the unannounced project, there's no telling that that's not Mafia 4, guys. We don't know what Hangar 13 is working on, if they're, what it might be, if it's Mafia 4 or something totally different or something maybe in the Mafia universe. It's very hard to tell, but don't necessarily think that they're working on an unannounced project. It's not Mafia 4. Just remember that. In an interview with Segment Next, a representative from Hangar 13 details that we hope fans enjoy Definitive Edition. If it does well, we may be able to channel our energy towards a new installment. I know our team would be thrilled to make another Mafia game if the opportunity arises. A fourth installment to the series would be very much welcome by me personally, but it looks like there are other things in the works. In the meantime, we are working on another project. I can't tell you anything about it yet, but suffice to say, we're excited about it. So, obviously, he's essentially stating that it's not Mafia, but nonetheless, he didn't, obviously, since we don't know what it is, it could very well be in the Mafia universe. You look at, this could be a Mafia Online experience. It could be, there's a ton of different things that it could be at the end of the day, or it's something that's not Mafia related at all, like he's kind of hinting at, but, maybe they just want to kind of throw us off a little bit, think that, oh, we're not going to get any Mafia for a while. If they aren't working on Mafia 4 and this unannounced project is something, outside of Mafia altogether, we might be waiting a long time for Mafia 4, guys. Now, this certainly sounds impressive. Mafia 4 was pretty much left untouched for the Definitive Edition due to being the most recent game in the series. However, players get all previously released DLC. Mafia 2, a Definitive Edition, was only remastered, and fellow DualShockers staff writer Otto felt as that it hardly qualified as a remaster. With the complete remake, we've already seen gameplay of how different the game looks in comparison to the original when it launched way back in 2002. When asked if the studio was happy with the remake, the Hangar 13 representative told Segment Next that we managed to update and enhance the original experience without losing the tone and atmosphere that made the original so special. So, look, guys, at the end of the day, when we look at Mafia 4, the things that we kind of know about this game, we really don't know much whatsoever. Now, there's been a lot of leaks, there's been a lot of speculation that's come out, the rumblings that Mafia 4 is currently in development, that it is the unannounced project. And I've gotten the question quite a bit from a lot of you out there asking me, what do we know about Mafia 4? Is this something that's definitely going to happen? Honestly, guys, this is a title I believe that we as a community have to voice our opinions to Hangar 13 to let them know that, look, we want this game made. We want it to come out, and because obviously the definitive editions is fine, and I'm very glad that they've been working on those. Those are something that I think is going to kind of quench our thirst, so to speak, for a while, at least within Mafia. But I do think that there's that yearning that, what we really want is a continuation of this story. There's been leaks that it's being set in Vegas, which is absolutely awesome, that being Mafia 4. And I think that would be a great setting for Mafia 4. But none of it has been absolutely confirmed. And Hangar 13 seems to be trying to kind of lead us astray, telling us that it is not Mafia 4 whatsoever, this unannounced project. Now, all in all, could it be a multiplayer experience like I had alluded to earlier? I think there's a really good chance of that. Mafia 4, guys, or just a Mafia Online, similar to GTA Online, that would bring you back to the experience after beating the campaigns. Hangar 13, for some reason, I don't understand why Mafia never really got an online experience. It's only been a single-player experience, and after you're done with that single-player experience and those DLC, you move on to other games, generally speaking. But if you had a multiplayer experience that you could come to, a living, breathing place in an online perspective, I think that you would have a lot more people coming back to play the game over and over again. And at the end of the day, I think that's what a company like Hangar 13 should want. They should want people to come back to the game over and over again, but you have to have something that's set up like a multiplayer experience in order to do so. So Mafia Online, could that be the next unannounced project? I would love to see that, but I would really want to see Mafia 4 with Mafia Online and things of that nature attached to it. We'll have to wait and see. Let me know, though, what do you guys think in the comment section down below about Mafia 4? Do you guys think we're going to begin this game soon? Do you think that's the unannounced project? Do you think it's something else? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And for more Mafia 4 content and videos, stay here with Zero TV. There's been rampant speculation and people talking about Frost Giant Studios and this studio that was created, guys, to make a real-time strategy game on PC. And the StarCraft community, amongst other RTS communities, that being like Command and Conquer and such, are talking about this. What this means for the real-time strategy genre, this team being formed, who it all encompasses, and what this means for the future of the RTS genre, as I stated. And so I want to talk about it, guys. We can kind of run down the people who are, heading up Frost Giant Studios, and I would love to get your guys' thoughts about all of this in the comment section down below. So really, the question I want to propose in this segment, guys, is, what does, Frost Giant Studios, with this company being formed, and also we'll be talking later in the show about Dreamhaven, these companies being formed, what does it mean for StarCraft? Does it mean StarCraft 3 is not happening anytime soon? Is it not happening at all? Like, has Blizzard totally moved on from StarCraft? We're going to talk about that here. So, Frost Giant Studios, our mission is to build the next great PC real-time strategy game. This is coming from their official website, guys. In the footsteps of giants, we've been privileged to work for some of the greatest companies in the industry. Now it's our turn to carry forward the legacy of epic storytelling, innovative co-op gameplay, and celebrated esports that make RTS great. Now the team, guys, Tim Morton, of course, was the production director and CEO here. He was the former production director of StarCraft 2 and Command and Conquer Generals 2. You got Tim Campbell, who is the game director as well as president. He's a former game director of Wasteland 3, and he was the lead campaign designer of Warcraft 3, The Frozen Throne. And then, of course, Kara LaForge, she's a business operations lead. She was formerly the senior program manager at Blizzard Esports and co-founder of Day9 TV. Jesse Brophy is the art director. He was the former lead artist on StarCraft 2 and a principal artist on Diablo 4. So really quick, guys, as we're going down this list, what you'll notice is that all these people are former Blizzard, and most of them worked on StarCraft 2, or they worked on, just other real-time strategy games, or, properties owned by Blizzard. You got Ryan Shutter, the lead UX designer, former lead designer on StarCraft 2, and he's the creator of GameHeart. Kevin Dong is lead co-op designer. He was the former lead co-op designer on StarCraft 2. You got Joseph Shunk, who's the lead client engineer, who's a former gameplay engineer on StarCraft 2 and Warcraft 3 Reforged. And then you got Austin Huddleston, who's the lead server engineer, who is the former server engineer for StarCraft 2. And then Mickey Nilsson, he's the writer. He's a former publishing lead and senior writer at Blizzard. He's also the author of 2 New York Times best-selling novels. So let's put this into perspective, guys. This team of people, and sure, it's a small team as of right now, but there is something on the horizon that could be very special here. Now, there was recent interviews with these guys, the team, talking, on the Pylon show, which is Artosis' show. It's a StarCraft, mainly a StarCraft show. And they were featured on it, and they essentially just stated that they are very passionate about RTS and they wanted to continue doing that. And so whether or not they gave away that, Blizzard is no longer going to do RTS games is kind of something that was interesting to me. They're forming this team, but why are they forming the team if Blizzard is still planning on doing RTS games in the future like StarCraft 3 and such. Maybe these guys over at Frost Giant Studios wanted to kind of do their own thing, and they wanted to create their own, style RTS. But it doesn't look very good when you look at it from that perspective for StarCraft 3. When you have all of these guys who used to work on StarCraft 2 for a number of years now are working on, going to be working on a new RTS altogether. That would lead you to believe that if they're making a StarCraft 3, you've got a completely new team, essentially, that would be working on StarCraft 3. We do know that Blizzard has been working on a StarCraft, obviously, most likely they've been working on a mobile game, but a first-person shooter, which 2 of them were canceled. One was, canceled a while back, and then one was canceled more recently. So it's just kind of one of those things that's very interesting to me, that the direction of StarCraft very well might be going in the direction of first-person shooters instead of real-time strategy. So we'll kind of have to we'll have to keep an eye on that. One thing, though, guys, is that their core values. These are the tenets that guide our work. Real-time strategy. Absolutely love it, guys. I'm very excited to see what it is they're working on. Now, it's going to probably be a number of years until we actually get to see what Frost Giant Studios is working on, what the game is, and things of that nature. Now, do I trust that it's going to be, something really special? It very well could be. Is it going to be like StarCraft 2? I don't know, guys. I mean, what I will say is I believe that this could be a game that whenever it comes out, could it be something that kind of, is obviously a new real-time strategy that you really want to pour a ton of time and effort into? It very well might be. They're also kind of focused on the esports scene, making it an esports title as well, which I think is really important, having that. But they want to make this a full package. They want to make a co-op campaign as well as multiplayer experience, and then of course esports. That is something that could be very special. They got the talent here to work on something really special. And I brought up Dreamhaven, which is was created by a number of Blizzard employees as well. And so what this could mean for StarCraft, guys, is that, StarCraft is, maybe it's done. They're no longer going to be doing, from an RTS perspective, they're done, that being Blizzard making, StarCraft real-time strategy games, which would be really sad. And they're just going to be moving into other aspects of StarCraft as an IP, like first-person shooters, mobile, whatever. And so you got these teams, that are still passionate about RTS that are creating these studios. Or it could just be a changing of the guard, so to speak, over at Blizzard. Kind of out with the old, in with the new, and, StarCraft 3 very well could come out still as a real-time strategy. And a lot of these guys, who have learned so much, obviously, over the years by working on StarCraft 2 and such, can create something really special and kind of just by doing it themselves and have that creative freedom. Whereas, over at Blizzard, now they may have a new team of people working on something. It's hard to say, guys. I'll definitely keep you all up to speed as more information comes out about StarCraft 3, of course. I certainly want this game made. I mean, there's just no debate about it. I want to see StarCraft 3 made at some point or another. However, this is very exciting to see other RTS studios kind of being put together from former Blizzard employees who worked on StarCraft 2 and Warcraft 3 and games of that nature. That's pretty exciting. Let me know, though, guys. Is this game from Frost Giant Studios going to be the next StarCraft? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. And what do you think this is going to do for StarCraft as an IP moving forward? Let me know. And for more StarCraft 3 content and videos, stay here with Zero TV. What is going on with Back 4 Blood? This is a title, guys, I'm super excited about. I can't wait to see more about, and I want to talk about the things that we know so far about this title and some, recent, more recent than not leaks that have come out about Back 4 Blood and what it could mean for the future of this title and when we could maybe see this title hit store shelves. So let's talk about it. In an article written by Robert Mann of HITC, Back 4 Blood anticipated release date following teased Twitter leak. Ever since Left 4 Dead 2 was released back in 2009, fans of the co-op zombie shoot 'em up fest have been hoping for more. And now they've got it. Turtle Rock Studios, who you may know as the developers behind the wildly successful original Left 4 Dead game, have released a stunning piece of concept art for their new game and apparent spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead Back 4 Blood. The concept art, which was revealed on Twitter, strikes more than a passing resemblance to the studio's other popular zombie game, if only in theme. The art seemingly depicts a rundown human settlement surrounded by homemade defenses like tire traps, wooden barricades, and spikes. Adorning the entrance to the settlement in giant painted letters is the word hope. So getting to this 4th of July has been tough on all of us, so we wanted to give you a sneak peek and a bit of hope. So obviously, guys, this was back earlier this year, back, 4th of July of 2020. Haven't heard much pretty much since that time. But at the end of the day, what I think it's kind of telling us, guys, is that there's definitely hope that this game is going to be coming out at some point or another in the future. Because people, I think, were very worried that, that this game might, be in a development hell, cycle. There might be creative differences going on. Is this game ever even going to be made? The image could suggest a game in which defense is as important as escape, and where players will be attempting to force zombie hordes into traps as well as into firefights. Now, when and where can I play it? Turtle Rock Studios has not given a concrete release date for Back 4 Blood. Developers, however, did indicate the parts of the game were already in a playable state. All things considered, the earliest we can expect to see Back 4 Blood is late 2020, with the 2021 release being much more likely. And I agree. I think, guys, that obviously with the pandemic going on, I would anticipate Back 4 Blood. We might see maybe a little like sneak peek or something here at the very end of the year, but I would say early 2021, we'll probably see, a trailer or something of that nature for Back 4 Blood, and I would not actually expect the game to come out until late 2021 or even into 2022. So, obviously, guys, I think that it'll launch on PC, PlayStation 5, as well as Xbox Series X. So, what can we expect, though? A campaign, PvP mode, and playable special zombies called mutations have also all been confirmed for the game so far. Back 4 Blood was first announced over a year ago, with Turtle Rock describing it as a next-gen cooperative FPS where players would be able to shoot up a lot of zombies. Back 4 Blood is our own brand new original IP, Turtle Rock Studios said about the game. You'll be able to shoot up a lot of zombies like in Left 4 Dead, but there's a whole lot of new stuff in Back 4 Blood which makes it unique. So, the Left 4 Dead series is all about escape, with the party trying to find a safe haven right after the virus starts turning everyone into ravenous corpses. But the concept art and even the title itself, Back 4 Blood, makes me think this time it's going to be about fighting back. And someone tweeted, guys, Dylan Ucido stated, "I can't wait to see the trailer. It looks beautiful." And Turtle Rock Studios tweeted back to him, stating we're working on it. So they're obviously working on a trailer, guys. Could it be later this year? Certainly. We might see the trailer here at the very end of the year, like kind of almost like a Christmas gift from Turtle Rock Studios to the fans. However, I would anticipate we're going to see it probably in 2021, and then the game will release probably in 2022. Which, look, at the end of the day, as long as we're getting it, that's what I'm excited about. We've always wanted to see a continuation of Left 4 Dead, and this being a spiritual successor, I'm so excited for that, because Valve obviously does not care very much anymore about Left 4 Dead. I think Turtle Rock Studios now taking the helm, creating a spiritual successor could be something super special. And I love that it sounds like this is going to be a full package deal where you're going to be able to play against other people, like in a multiplayer setting, story mode and co-op modes. That's really, at the end of the day, what you want from a AAA title, is a full package to justify the price tag. I could not be more excited about Back 4 Blood, guys. Even though we're getting little snippets of hope, I guess you could say, that the game's coming. It's, very slow in development. I would rather Turtle Rock Studios just take their time and release a really awesome game to the world. So just take your time, and I will be very excited when the trailer does release, and then we are able to kind of talk more about it. But I'll be sure to keep you guys all up to speed as more information comes out. Let me know in the comment section down below, what is it that you guys want to see the most out of Turtle Rock Studios' Back 4 Blood title? Let me know. And for more Back 4 Blood content and videos, stay here with Zero TV. We talked earlier in the show about Frost Giant Studios and some of the ramifications that could come of that, studio being formed with a bunch of, people who worked on StarCraft 2 and other real-time strategy games, and what that could mean for StarCraft 3 moving forward. Well, with that being said, guys, Dreamhaven is another company that was formed by co-founder of Blizzard, Mike Morhaime. who obviously creating Dreamhaven, guys, kind of leads us to a lot of, different question marks as to what this means for the future. Like Dreamhaven, could this be a company that decides to do a real-time strategy as well as like what Frost Giant Studios is doing? Is Dreamhaven really going to try to be like the competition to Blizzard? There's a lot of question marks that are coming up about it. I want to talk about it, guys, in detail here in this segment of the show, and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. So let's get into it. So Dreamhaven, guys, first of all, the website looks absolutely beautiful. Absolutely love it. Join us on a new adventure. Welcome to Dreamhaven. We love epic adventures, sharing stories, and creating lasting memories with family and friends. So we're building a new game company based on our shared values and relentless passion for making meaningful player experiences. We hope you'll join us on this new journey. Dreamhaven is home to multiple game development studios and a central support team. This includes global operations, publishing, and partnership functions that can also help independent developers build and launch their games. So there's two other companies, guys, or studios that is within Dreamhaven, that being Moonshot Games and Secret Door. And both of these companies, I'm excited to see what comes out of these two, to say the least, guys. What I will say is a little bit about Dreamhaven. Shared values, purpose, and trust are required to create an environment that cultivates creativity and innovation. Strong teams that learn and evolve over time are more valuable than individual products or ideas. The global community of gamers can be a force for good. So what we want to do, we want to reimagine the studio model by empowering studios to establish independent identities, voices, and cultures, create vibrant worlds that reflect our values, take the chances that most big publishers won't and many smaller studios aren't always able to do, and then provide a safe place where developers, creators, and players can connect in meaningful ways, and then create games that we would be proud to share with our children and the world. Now, it feels like a little bit that, they're almost taking little subtle shots at Blizzard currently, because obviously they're under Activision, and reimagine the studio model by empowering studios to establish independent identities, voices, and cultures. Because a lot of people are stating that Blizzard, has their hands tied with everything. They have really no independence whatsoever because of Activision being there. But nonetheless, I'm excited about Dreamhaven because I think that this is, it's going to add more competition, which is good for everyone. I just believe that, guys. I think competition is very healthy in the gaming industry and landscape as a whole. Having Dreamhaven, Frost Giant Studios, having Blizzard and Activision, all these different companies that are, kind of trying to get your time, right? Obviously, Activision, working with Call of Duty. There's other games that are trying to compete with COD. There's other games that are going to be trying to compete with like StarCraft. People are going to, Dreamhaven most likely, as well as Frost Giant Studios, most certainly are going to be trying to take you away from StarCraft 2, most likely, because they're creating these new RTS games. And so I think that it's going to be very interesting to see how this works out moving forward. Now, what does Dreamhaven, what does this kind of mean, though, for, whether it be StarCraft or other games that, Blizzard has created? And since we have the co-founder of Blizzard that is now in charge of Dreamhaven, I think that we're going to see a lot of these titles that are going to be more independently run, obviously, and we're going to, we could see some very good properties come out of these two new studios that have been created from former Blizzard employees and founders and such, that being Frost Giant Studios as well as Dreamhaven. Do I think that these have the potential to be like a Blizzard? To be honest, guys, it's hard to say because of, just the backing Blizzard has to create such great, properties. They have so much money that's at their disposal at this point in time to create, the best, highest quality, types of video games. Whereas Dreamhaven and Frost Giant Studios are certainly getting some backing from like Riot Games and other places. However, they're not quite as large, obviously. They're not going to have quite as much money to work with as, say, Blizzard would have. So do I think over time these companies can certainly, gain some ground? Absolutely. But don't expect it right away. When they first start bringing out their, their first games and such, don't expect them to be of the same quality as, say, some of Blizzard's titles like Diablo 4 or Overwatch or, whatever it might be. I don't think that you can expect that. And Frost Giant Studios, when they come up with their real-time strategy game, don't really expect it to be, just as good as StarCraft 2, because obviously StarCraft 2 is something really special, guys. You're just going to have to kind of take it for what it is. And then over time, they will figure it out. Usually it takes, studios a little bit of some time to get their footing almost. When you think of the Coalition, when that was formed for Gears of War, Epic Games had worked on Gears of War. And then once that was, the Coalition was created as a Microsoft studio, it took them a couple of games to really get their footing, to really get the feel for it. 343 Industries, who are working on Halo Infinite, the same kind of thing. It took them, Halo 5, they were trying to get their footing almost. A new company coming in after Bungie, and, now, obviously with Halo Infinite coming out, we're hoping that that's, another step in the right direction for, 343. But you just got to kind of think of it from that perspective. Don't expect them to knock everything out of the park right away. It kind of is a process. It's going to take time, most likely. But can I say that I'm excited about this? I mean, guys, I am so excited about it. From a competition perspective, from just the raw talent on these teams, from Dreamhaven as well as Frost Giant Studios, guys, I'm excited about it. But let me know in the comment section down below, what are you guys most excited about here? Let me know. Let's have a real conversation about it with Dreamhaven and Frost Giant Studios. And for more content and videos, stay here with Zero TV. And with that being said, everyone, I hope you guys did enjoy this episode of the 8 Below Show. And if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I'll talk to you guys all in the next one. Peace.